Today, I will be putting on another Nike sign because why? On my other glove, a Nike sign is missing. Alright, so I'm going to teach you guys how to customize your own gloves. Alright, if you're missing some Nike sign or something, or if you just want to customize them and give them a different look. Hey, what's up guys? It's Mish for Sports Takeoff coming back at you again with another football hack video. Alright, it's been a while, but we're back trying to create more content for you guys. So let's get right into it. Right now I have a pair of Nike VaporJet 5.0s. Today I will be putting on another Nike sign because why? On my other glove, a Nike sign is missing. Alright, so I'm going to teach you guys how to customize your own gloves, put on another Nike sign so we can still be fresh out there on the field. But first things first, the gloves are kind of used and they're kind of dirty. So the first thing I'm going to do is throw these bad boys in the wash, try to clean them up before we get to work. Alright, so let's go. Alright, so I'm in the bathroom right now. Yeah, you can see we got gloves everywhere, man. Hey guys, if you're watching this as well, you have any questions or anything about anything that you see, feel free to just leave a comment in the session. All right, so what I'm going to do is throw these in the wash. All right, make sure you follow it. It says what it says. All right, so we're just going to toss these in there. All right, now I'll get back at you guys in a little bit. Alright guys, so I threw the gloves in the washer. While you guys are waiting, let's cut to a few little clips of some gloves that I customized in the past. Alright, first thing first, the things you need. First, you need some gloves, something that needs a Nike sign. Like mine, it came off, so I'm redoing it. So, there we go. You need something to write with, alright? Something like a pen, pencil, something like that. You need some scissors, a X-Acto knife or something. I'm using some duct tape, but you can use masking tape because we're going to need that. And you need some foil or something to use as the the Nike sign. I'm using a heat transfer foil. Alright, I can send you the link in the description. Alright, now step 2, make a stencil. Alright, so if you want to have the exact same Nike sign as the other glove, then what you want to do is try to make a stencil out of that. So what I like to do is take a piece of tape, I put it over there, over the Nike sign, and I might trace it out with a pen or a pencil or whatever you may have, a marker, or whatever works on whatever type of tape you're using. So as you can see here, I'm going to show you that you can kind of see the imprint of the Nike sign here. If you look closely, you can see it. So all I'm going to do is trace around that with a pen and just so I can get the shape of it, the exact same size as the other glove. Yeah, just doing some fine tuning here, just sketching it. You don't have to be an artist to do anything like this, alright? It's just, if you can trace, we all know how to do that. So as you can see here, everything's good. Alright, so now I'm going to take it off, alright, and find some type of paper to put it on. Alright, so this is just going to be hard enough just so I can put it on the actual foil or the heat transfer, just so I can make a cleaner cut. So right now I'm just, just retracing and making the line darker. Another reason why I like to use some type of hard stiff paper is because I can save this Nike sign and use this stencil for later projects. All right, so I decided that I didn't want to have a normal Nike sign, so I decided to draw some drip. All right, I'm cutting it out, making it final, and I'm fast forwarding it, guys, because it's, it can get kind of boring, but that's what it's gonna look like when I put it on the glove. And yeah, so you can make the Nike sign any way you want. I just decided to be a little bit more artistic. All right, so right now I'm tracing. All right, I'm tracing my design into that heat transfer, and this right here, you have to follow the directions of whatever heat transfer that you're using. All right, but for me, I have to trace it on the bottom so it flips on the other side where the foil is showing. All right, so basically you got to have an iron. Any household iron will work. It's really hot, so be very careful. And what you want to do is touch and tap some of the other parts of the glove, just to try to test it, make sure that it don't burn through it, because some gloves, I've destroyed some gloves using an iron that was too hot. All right, so and if you need something like this, I'll leave a link in the description. All right, so basically what I'm doing is just tapping it in different places. I'm like spot welding so it stays in place, and then I'm going over it just like you're ironing clothes. All right, just so you can use a normal iron. All right, I'm just fine tuning it, getting around the edges. All right, and now I'm just peeling off the protective film that's over my design. All right, that's just protecting it from the heat, protecting it from melting. All right, there you have it, man. Your own customized Nike drip. All right, very easy. Anybody can do it. All right, if you just want to customize, go ahead. Peace. Thumbs up.